Good evening, everyone, and my name is Alea Brown. I am a part of the affirmative side of Group 4, and today I will just be sharing some statistics with you guys to support the fact that a gun ban should happen. Statistic number 1. The 1934 federal restrictions that were imposed on firearms, it imposed criminal, regulatory, and tax requirements on weapons favored by gangsters. Things like machine guns, silencers, and sawed-off shotguns. Pretty much at that time, there was definitely some gang violence going on, and so they took note of weapons that were favored by these gangsters and just imposed all those restrictions. Even though there's not just a great ton of statistics out there, overall, it was just known to do good work. Nobody just really made any graphs or, I guess, physical sort of representation of how well these restrictions worked. However, moving on to the next statistic or successful use of gun restrictions, Washington, D.C.'s restrictive handgun licensing system of 1976. It prohibited the purchase, sale, transfer, and possession of handguns by DC residents other than like law enforcement and military officials. And I will include somewhere on the screen a picture of the graph that just shows how, I don't think it's a graph, I think it's just the numbers. But anyway, I will include those statistics on the screen for you that basically just shows that during the time that DC had this restriction, they saw a decrease in a lot of violent crimes. So that is another just way to prove that these restrictions and bans on certain weapons do work. My third and final statistic to show you guys is the federal assault weapons ban, FOB. It reduced mass shootings between 1994 and 2004. Our current president, President Biden, actually publicly claimed that the gun violence went down with the 1994 ban, only to rise after the ban was lifted. And they actually did a study to just go back and look at the stats, and they actually found this claim to be true. I will also include an image of that graph here. So yes, those are just 3 different examples that I'm providing to you guys to show that yes, when you add restrictions or even as far as a ban, it has proven to show that it will reduce violent crimes, and especially recently with the school shootings and just shootings in public places like stores, on the streets, gang violence with the example of the 1934 and the Washington D.C.'s restrictions. We definitely believe that if we were to add restrictions and bans, we could definitely see a decrease in the current numbers that we have. And I believe that these statistics show that. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your night.